Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Catwater Flame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hunter the Vigil, Terminus Tendency. I am William, and I am your storyteller for this World of Darkness campaign. Chronicle, that's the word. And joining me today, we have Jeremy.
Hello, I was not ready for that. Hello, I am Jeremy. I am playing Nina Sky, a union rock person.
Rock star.
No, rock person. Let's leave it at
Rock
that.
person.
Made of stone.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Thomas Smith, Ashwood Abbey laborer.
And John.
I'm John, and I'm playing Zero Albright, the Chiron Group Atlanta Director of Operations, Black Lives Matter, Trans Rights and Human Rights, and to hijack this whole thing, in honor of Black History Month, I'd like to remind everybody about the life and times of Dr. Charles R. Drew, the first African American the first African American to earn a doctorate of science in medicine, who also then went on to pioneer advanced methodologies of blood transfusion and storage, and created the first blood bank, and was the director of the first Red Cross blood bank.
Cool. I'm giving
Also-
blood on Monday.
Also, in light of recent celebrity news, believe women.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Nikolai Delka, the back alley unlicensed physician and drug pusher. Member of the Ascending Ones, Order of the Southern Temple, and here for the recreation.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Astrid Ashwin, the murder suite of Knights of St. Adrian.
And Craig.
Hi, I'm playing Paul Phillips, the Copus of the Aegis Kaidoru. And I apologize, we were trying to wrangle a dog, which is not any kind of weird relic, it's just a dog.
Sure.
When last we left off,
Nuckleavee's a fucked up dog.
Yeah. When last we left off, our party had made contact and had conversation with a demon. One demoness Licentia, in having a conversation of learning about the Nail of Helena, a particularly powerful artifact with the ability to permanently banish or destroy demons in general, and used as a tool by higher demons to threaten those beneath them.
William, your audio is like fading in and out really low.
Yeah.
Well, I blame Zoom.
Fair thing to blame.
Zoom is quite blamable.
I decidedly blame Zoom because I'm pretty certain it was adjusting my volume.
It'll do that.
And it can stop doing that now. There we go. So, where was I? Yes. Having learned of the Nail of Helena, the group headed back to their safe house to try and learn what they could and prepare how they could to find one demon by the name of Mr. White, who is somewhere high up in the Coca-Cola company operating out of the world of Coke. Before they could get too far in that planning session, however, the power went out. And as the group is aware, a roaming blackout / brownout is one of the current calling cards of the active traversal of a creature known as the Nuckelavee. So,
To be clear, this is something that was in the big recap blah, that was given to make sure. Okay.
yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't like, huh?
Yep.
What's going on?
It had its own
You guys
slide.
didn't pay the electric bill? Like,
It had its own slide in the PowerPoint and everything.
awesome.
Were there... Nice.
There was footnotes too.
I did.
And so that is where we pick up.
So I look up to the ceiling, still because I'm still in my infiltration outfit, which was the same clothes I normally wear, sans the jacket, the sunglasses with blue eye contacts in, and my hair like ruffled, stylistically ruffled up. As I look up to the ceiling, do you think it can get in here?
That's not good.
Astrid is
Probably.
taking her axes out.
Hopefully, hunting time.
Yeah, we should probably deal with it. I say as I reach over behind the counter that I'm leaning against and pull up the thing that holds my compound bow in it.
Have we ever found out what this thing is possibly susceptible to besides the obvious?
No. Cold iron's the only guess I've got.
As in the darkness, you just hear the sound of
Shing.
Cool.
I'll let you know if it's vulnerable to steel in a minute.
Do we have
As
does
Nico
someone-
is strapping
For
on
lead.
his bulletproof vest.
We're in
I'm-
like an underground thing right now. Are there any like emergency lights that switch on with this or not?
No,
Nope.
every
Okay.
all
It is-
power is dead.
It is pitch fucking black.
My lighter
What's
comes on though.
You hear from somewhere in the darkness. You hear Colleen's voice. She speaks out. You know, it's got a pretty big radius of where it knocks power out. We could see if it just passes by if we're not ready to fight it yet.
We are hunting it specifically. Probably a good idea to at least test out the defenses.
How much damage is it going to do if we don't take continued damage if we don't take it out now?
I don't know, but we also don't know if it's heading for us. We just know it's passing near us.
I
Fair
think, the,
point. As the other gun goes,
I think the question is, are we ready to take it out now? Do we have enough information about it?
Yeah, that's my concern.
I doubt we have enough information about it, but I'm always willing to try. That's certainly one way of gathering information.
Well,
Right, you mean the cleanup teams that are sent to figure out what happened to our corpses?
Oh, I'll survive.
Fantastic.
good for
So
you.
that's ominous.
the other portion to consider is, do we, if we're going to face it and not just try to lay low and hope it passes overhead, do we want to be down here, lure it into a place with everything else that we're trying to keep hidden and keep steady, and with only one exit, or do we want to get above ground where there's a lot more room to spread out?
Definitely above ground, especially since down here we'll be at an inherent disadvantage.
Mhm.
Do
I believe the tactical term for that is fucking cornered.
I was gonna say blind, but that
That too. Yeah.
I don't think we
Um,
have enough candles down here, and let's not turn this into a fire pit either.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of which, and Nico goes and grabs his crate of Molotovs.
anything battery powered is out as well, right? Or
Yes, anything that even remotely runs on electricity is dead
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Well, everyone.
If
grab-
any of you open up any individual piece of electronics to try and look at the battery, you will find that it seems to be seeping brine.
Oh,
Well,
why
every-
is my phone wet?
don't worry about it. Everyone grab your tools. Besides, I say, indicating towards Thomas, we have a new weapon to try out.
I just switched my phone off, so hopefully it will be able to dry out by the time I go to turn it on. I will put it in rice later. And yes, that does work.
It does.
Not all the time,
Yeah.
but it does.
Paul takes off his blazer, does a crisp vertical fold, lays it neatly over one of the nearby chairs, and starts rolling up the sleeves of his shirt.
I will keep my lighter up and lit for everybody. And as I do, so that I don't burn my fingers, this will be the first time Nina and Thomas have seen this. Zara reaches up behind his head, grabs something at the back of his head, and pulls forward. And as he does, this sort of black, shadowy mass just engulfs his head like a helmet as I activate my plasmic call, so that I don't burn myself holding this lighter.
A beat passes, and Nina says, "Yep, not okay with that. So, are we going or are we staying?"
Astrid's already going to the door.
All right, we're going.
I'm holding the
Right.
light, so
Okay. Do you need Nico? Do you need help carrying? I don't know how big the crate is.
So Nico comes out and it's got that like sort of bottle clinky sound. It's a milk crate with 9
Okay.
Molotov cocktails in it, and he's got a big duffel bag slung over his back. Now I'm good.
Cool. Okay.
I grab.
What is Colleen doing? Is she arming up and preparing to go, or is she?
I mean, she's got the gun that she was given ready, and she's sort of milling around the group with it checked, but
Colleen. Oh, sorry. I'll wait and see what Nina's gonna say.
Oh no, she would have just said, and then when you say Colleen, no, go ahead. I think we're on the same page for once.
Paul nods to Nina and turns and says, Colleen, I know we've had this discussion before, and all of us have seen what you can do. It's just that there's a solid chance these things are looking for you. I'm not sure that you being topside is maybe the best idea.
so you'd rather me be alone in the enclosed space if it gets inside.
Or maybe you get upstairs and just get the fuck out of town.
Maybe someone stays down here with her.
Sorry, get the hell out of town is what you would say.
I mean, it still sounds like you're advocating for the person that they're hunting being alone.
But
I'll
we-
stay.
Oh, not what.
I would still
Maybe you
recommend
go-
you guys stay upstairs so that you're not in a deep, dark pit full of magic.
Oh yeah, no, we're not staying here. Sorry, when I said I'll stay, I meant I'll stay with Colleen. We are getting the fuck out of this general vicinity, and when whoever survives y'all's phones work, some of you know my home number.
He'll hand Nina a card that just has an address on it. If we all die, go here, tell them I sent you, and activate Cerberus Protocol.
You're gonna have to tell me what that is.
It's the cleanup crew, basically. They're going to get rid of our bodies before anybody finds our corpses and dissects me for all the things I'm worth.
Miss Colleen, do you
Anybody
have,
besides your people, you mean?
Well, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
obviously. Not that
I just wanna
anybody
make
else would know
sure.
how to use it.
do you have your motorcycle, or do you have
Yep.
a car today?
Yeah, but that's not going to start.
That's a good question.
Modern vehicles have electronic starters.
You'd have your car because you brought me.
Yeah, no, I have my
Wait,
car,
wait.
so it would not start. My motorcycle is not a modern motorcycle. Thank you. It is a gas guzzling piece of shit.
But you have a
But
Is
it
it-
is not here. That's fine. I know this city very well.
Well,
I can get us to somewhere where we're gone. Have fun killing the monster. Try not to die.
Oh, it'll be a blast.
Got it.
Except maybe you. I'm still not sure. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Come on, Colleen. Let's get out of here.
Miss Sky,
Okay.
Yes.
one last thing. In the second story of your lovely flat, behind the microwave, there's an addressed and stamped letter, parcel post overseas. Before you activate, or maybe after, activate Cerberus protocol or whatever it is, pop that in the mail for me, would you?
Okay. What
Don't
would you
worry.
have done? I just gotta ask. What would you have done if I had decided, because you know how many supernatural creatures know where I live, that wasn't a safe place anymore and just sold the place?
Oh, I was going to write you a new one.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
that
fair
fucked up.
enough.
I just left it there
Fair
last
enough.
time you were there.
I don't know if there's like any kind of horrible. Anyways, will do if.
Nina, if we die, tell my brother I went down swinging.
Do you think that I wouldn't?
Nico, do you have a last
I
request?
don't know.
I'll do all of
If
your
I die-
drugs. I will do all of your drugs if you die.
Okay, because it was either that or force Zero to do all of my drugs and see what happens.
You'll be very disappointed. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it'll be better on me. Yep,
This is
let's
a
run along.
This is an out of character question, just because I don't remember because it's been a while. Nina does not, to put it in video game terms, Nina is not really spec'd for combat, right?
No, she's combat. She's combat skilled. She's not like a combat monster,
Okay.
but she can shoot fairly well. I think she's got. Let me look at the sheet. Certainly better than
Nico
Kate.
is the one who's not spec'd for combat.
No, but
Who's spec'd for
the,
after combat?
Nico's the
Yeah.
medic.
I know she can fight decently well, which is part of why she's like because we need at least one combat capable per person next to our breathing MacGuffin.
You want I should come with, or do you think I'm more you'd rather just
You guys are gonna need everybody you've got. I can handle on my own, especially if you guys are keeping Big Ugly busy. That means they'll just have to deal with any little uglies that might show up, and I can do that.
I gave young Thomas back your pistol. You got something?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Holds guns, puts them down, reaches into pack, pulls out baton, pulls out knife. I never walk unarmed. I'm good.
Decidedly more prepared than I am, then. Good.
Ready to party?
Let's get
Thomas
going.
is at the door, like ready to go at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We are definitely running the risk of like, oh, and one more thing, and then the Nuckelavee just kicks down the door.
yeah.
Thomas, be good. Don't die. I think
Gotcha.
that's all I got. Come on, Colleen, let's
You
go.
too.
Colleen follows you.
Lead
Yep.
the way out with the light.
You make your way outside, and it's the middle of the day.
Was it before?
It was the afternoon. It's
Okay.
the middle of the afternoon. The sun has not gone down
Yeah,
yet.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that in sinister GM way. So
yeah. Cool. I
That's
pull
just his
out.
voice.
I pull out.
It's in that sinister GM way of, by the way, this is not happening in the middle of the night where no one will know what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I pull out my phone, see if we're still in the middle of this briny brownout.
Oh yes.
All right, so let's get up high where we can get a look around and see if we can spot this thing. And I point up to the building that is being constructed above us.
Does it usually come from the air or the ground thing?
Last time we saw it was on the ground.
Yeah, it seems to be a ground thing. We have no
Okay.
reason to believe it would come from the air.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's a flayed man riding a horse. It seems unsporting if he can fly as well.
No, it's a part man, part
Yes.
horse.
Yeah.
I like
Got
my
it.
way better because it's less horrifying to say.
Like a weird twisted centaur thing.
Yeah.
Also no open.
To be specific, as part of the Orkney legends, it's the flayed body of a horse melded with the flayed body of a man. By
Yeah.
the way, Colleen says as she's leaving.
Weird twisted centaur thing.
Exactly.
It's a centaur that's run into Ramsay Bolton. Let's be honest. Okay.
Let's head up. Let's head upstairs. As I look over at Nico, you got a lighter, right?
He digs in his pockets and comes out with 3.
Good. Just wanted to make sure.
And he puts them back.
I'll
We
lead.
think
I'll lead the way to the tallest point in the building above us.
anything weird in the twilight?
I mean, the complete and utter lack of power in the middle of a big city, if you count that.
No, I mean in the metaphysical twilight. Like that my eyeballs.
Yes.
William just froze.
The amount of ghost. No, I didn't. I'm just sitting still.
Oh, okay.
The amount of ghost activity seems agitated, but not especially abnormal.
Okay.
I'm also keeping an eye on any ghosts around.
You would gather that the ghosts are probably aware of the presence of this thing, but that it is not directly influencing the twilight.
Paul, you can.
As we get to a vantage point, Nico's going to mainline an Eye of Ra.
Sort of just like as we get to a good spot to look around. I'm just gonna look and see if there's any. Looking for the Nuckelavee, but also looking to see if there's any particular ghost activity that might indicate where it is. Because they're not like harmed by it as far as we can tell, but they definitely react to it.
It seems mostly from what you can gather that they are agitated by its presence within like sort of just being within the radius of its aura that puts out electronics also upsets spirits.
Does it seem like they get more agitated in a particular direction, or are they generally sort of ambiently agitated?
It's difficult to tell. Roll me wits and empathy -3 to try and read the dead.
I get a +1 thanks to my plasmic call on that. So it's -2. Wits. Empathy. I'm going to spend a willpower on this. So +1 instead of -2. Zero successes.
Yeah, you're not quite able to understand what's bothering these ghosts and figure out what direction it might be coming from at the moment.
Do I know that Paul can see ghosts?
No.
I don't remember if you had reacted to the ghost of what's his name prior before anyone else could see it.
No.
Okay.
Not out loud, at least.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I sort of look around and just vocalize. There's a lot of spirit activity, but I can't quite pinpoint where it's originating from.
And Nico just used his
Okay.
super enhanced eyeballs to try and see in meat space if there's any indication where this thing might be.
Go ahead and roll that wits and empathy or wits and composure. For
Yeah,
benefits of your eye of Ra.
Trying to kind of just keep an eye out too.
Yep, I get a +4 from my Eye of Ra potion. 4 successes.
While we're keeping an eye out, I unpack my compound bow.
Anyone else who's also rolling that can go ahead.
I just want to look around for a good place to hide behind something.
That's easy enough to find. You're in a construction site.
Okay.
I get +2 from
Zero.
danger sense.
Again. 7275.
2.
No, but Zero also has, a skin sack pulled over his face.
Please, it's a shade call.
I'm sorry. What are we rolling? Sorry, I was looking at notes.
Wits and composure if you're trying to get a sense of where this thing might be coming from.
Besides, I can see through it. It's made of ectoplasm.
3 successes.
Okay. So it's difficult as you're looking around to just get there's the eerie quiet that is just kind of suffused the area just by this thing's presence. But in the distance, you begin to hear an echoing whinny as something horse-like, but not any normal or living horse that you've ever seen or heard, makes its presence and agitation known. And it gives you a direction. It also tells you that this thing is upset about something. And you begin to hear the distant echoes of hoofbeats moving at a relatively high speed, faster than you had typically seen based on your tracking of this thing, moving at a decent clip, getting louder and louder.
Oh, he's angry.
Sounds like it's coming this way.
I hide more.
Oh, does it? I say as I knock an arrow.
What? Because I don't know the layout of this building. Where are we right now? Is there basically Thomas would be wanting to get to a position of kind of like out of first line of sight, but able to strike quickly. And I don't know if I would be familiar enough with the building to position myself that way.
You're basically the
Or are we on-
storefront of you're basically in
Okay.
the under construction storefront of what would be a pharmacy.
Okay. All right.
And the building is still being constructed, so there's a lot of material that is just on site that can be used as cover if
Okay.
need be. So for instance, if you wanted to, there's probably like a decent pile of just like timber waiting to be used sitting sort of like in the front lot of this building at the moment
Yeah, sounds good.
So
that you could conceivably take cover behind.
I forget what do the range increments on weapons mean? Is it like meters or is it
It's generally measured in yards.
yards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some ungodly reason.
So I pull out a cold iron bodkin arrow, which has -1 damage to normal arrows, but has 3 times the range. So I have 216 yards of range on this bow right now, as I am waiting to see if a Nuckelavee appears.
Yeah, but bodkin arrows fuck around, man.
And I've got my sword and the revolver that Nina gave me in hand. With Harry.
I'm holding my bracelet.
Currently on my
Slightly
axe is up.
vibrating in excitement. Here we go.
Oh wait, no, silvered arrows have -1 attacks. Regular bodkin arrows do not. So never mind. Just the multiple range.
Nice.
So eventually the sound of hoofbeats is added onto by the sound of crunching glass. And as you look, you begin to see what looks to be several windows shattering on one of the buildings that's sort of across the way.
Okay.
And as you get a glance, you begin to see something moving down the side of the building.
Nice.
It's difficult for any of you who don't have the telescopic sight of the Eye of, specifically the Eye of Ra. Yeah, the telescopic sight of the Eye of Ra to really make out what it is. But Nikolai, you begin to see, bursting out of probably the 5th or 6th floor of a building and just running down the walls, is what appears to be the skinless corpse of a horse with melded to it from about mid chest, from about mid about right on the back, right in the middle of this horse's back, from about the waist up is the similarly flayed and skinless remains of what looks to have once been a decently sculpted human male. Both where the head of this human has no mouth, but from the place where its eyes should be, and there are empty sockets, and from the similarly empty sockets and gaping, heavily fanged mouth of the horse are oozing this unnatural effluvia, this sort of faintly yellowish gas that seems to trail off of it as it beats its way down the side of this building. And with the look that you can get, you can see that where its hoof prints meet the stone seems to wither and age as if it had seen centuries of wear.
Effluvia is a good word.
I have.
Oh shit, he's Ghost Ridering.
Do I am I totally remembering this wrong, or did the one that we had spotted before have a female aspect to it? Or am I just completely making that up?
It may have, and you're not certain if that means that this thing is a different thing,
Yeah,
or
right.
if this thing doesn't necessarily have a concrete form.
Okay. And the other question I have is also half an apology because I think I talked over it. But what was Astra doing to prep? And I apologize if I talked over it.
Oh no, she's got her axes out in both hands, and her gun is always at the ready.
Okay.
And the other thing that you note of this creature is that it is not unarmed. In its hands, it holds what looks to be an ancient and worn knotted haft of wood, topped with what looks to be one of the most jagged and, typically speaking, unwieldy spearheads that you've ever seen, but it is already quite clearly drenched in blood.
Nice. Well, somebody's got a murder heart on, and based on what its feet do to its rocks, I'm saying don't let it touch you under any fucking circumstances.
I pull my arrow to full draw and wait until I've got a good shot on it.
It's
How close is it?
coming at us, right?
Yes, as it hits the ground floor and doesn't even. The horse bends at an unnatural angle, something that would have broken a regular horse's back, as it plants front hooves on the ground and pushes forward, and back hooves snap down and come back behind it.
Not a fan.
And it begins to charge.
Ugh.
I might already be running.
Fire?
At this point.
You can fire, and we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Do I fire before I roll initiative or roll initiative first?
You know what? You can take a shot now.
Hey.
You're going to be going at a -4 for its defense.
Well, bodkin arrows have AP 4.
Is Thomas
that only covers armor, not
Oh.
defense.
It doesn't have any armor.
Okay.
It's naked. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any armor.
Attack roll. Compound bow. Which uses my thrown qualities. Yeah. Which should be strength and firearms. Should be strength and athletics, not dexterity and athletics. Hang on. Oh, no. It's just you may either use... No, it's dexterity. You can just either use athletics or firearms. That's right. Still dexterity.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll spend a willpower, so it's only -1. And these are cold iron bodkin arrows.
Hey.
Yep. As it charges this arrow, you loose and it flies through the air and just plants itself in its left shoulder. And it sort of rears back for a second and then straightens itself. And the scream that comes from it comes from the horse's mouth, but decidedly sounds like a more humanoid form of pain exclamation.
Does it
Question for the scientist. Left horse shoulder or left human or left rider shoulder?
Left rider shoulder.
Okay.
Does it seem like that did more damage? Less?
Hard to say.
Okay, we'll have to see what happens
Initiative.
when other people hit it.
Initiative time.
All right. I get to add +3. Okay, from my firearms skill.
Good job, Zero.
14.
So, do I just add? Is that a flat? Hang on. Let me double check this. Plus firearm skill bonus to initiative. I think that means it gets to roll 3 extra dice.
Well, no, it'd be a flat bonus because initiative is
just
just
a flat? Okay,
initiative is
so
just
17.
D10 plus the flat numbers. So
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. So it's 17 for me.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything that adds to my initiative. No,
Is that from like fast reflexes or something?
It's from Quick Draw.
No,
It's
Quick
from
draw?
your.
Ah, okay. Yep,
It's
Mhm.
one of the talents of your.
shoot
You-
first
you-
combat marksmanship.
Yeah, it's from one of your. Yeah, it's combat marksmanship. That's your fighting style.
So all we need to do is get Thomas a gun that shoots knives.
Waka,
But
waka,
I have
waka.
this very
Waka,
nice
waka,
sword.
what do you think I'm using?
A bow and arrow, which is neither a gun nor a knife.
At the rate at which I fire them, it may as well be a gun. Because I have rapid knock, which means I don't have to fire, then take a turn to reload, then fire.
Yeah, I've got a submachine gun which has 3-round burst and full auto. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said like
So-
a gun, not like a submachine gun.
It's fair.
The first person in the turn is Thomas.
Woo! Okay. I don't think I have to attack with the gun though, right?
No, as long as you had it on you when you rolled
Have it.
initiative.
So
you
I
just didn't do the
immediately just drop it back in the holster because I'm gonna run forward and I'm gonna thrust forward. So I get +1, 9 again, and I ignore 2 points of armor. I am thrusting, so that's +2.
Nico says don't let it touch you. Thomas runs forward.
Yep. He's not real smart. And I am going to use let's try and damage this thing a lot. That seems like a good idea. I am going to use Moulinet from fencing, so I'm spending the willpower. It does not add to the roll, but if I get extra damage, or if I hit, it can do some extra damage. So plus
And Jack, while this is happening, which of the Changeling the Lost books has the monster stats for different forms of hobgoblins and redcaps?
You would probably want to look at either Goblin Markets or Autumn Nightmares.
Thank you.
And does it have less defense since I shot at it already? For Thomas's swing?
No, this creature's defense does not appear to care about multiple attacks.
All right.
2. Okay.
Wah, wah.
3 damage.
Uh,
And that is
You did get the extra damage. You did get extra damage, so your Molinet does apply.
yes. That does lethal damage of 3 to it as well.
So 6 damage. So as Thomas rushes forward with this heavy-looking Zweihander held in both hands, rushes forward with a massive thrust, and then with an agility that you cannot ascribe to anyone who is wielding any kind of sword that has any kind of length or weight to it, twists it around and brings it around in a small windmill to enhance the strike after the thrust. By laws of physics, if that sword weighs anything, he should not have been able to do that, but he did.
And he's just started grinning.
And it
That's my turn.
traces this heavy gash across the side of the Nuckelavee, whose turn it now is.
Nico leans over to Nina. Yeah, good find.
Nina's not there.
There.
Yeah, Nina
That's
who
true.
is not present.
Oh, that's
fucking
right, yep.
Hope not.
Nico leans over to
fucked off.
Zero and goes,
Yeah. Nina had a good
Nina's there
find.
like, yeah, good find. Wait a minute, where'd Colleen go?
Why the fuck am I?
Why am I here? We're walking around. We were running around a corner, and the next thing I know, I'm standing right here. Fuck you, Nuckelavee.
Or Colleen. I mean,
Or Colleen.
Right.
But now it is its turn.
from our vantage point, does it seem like how effective did Thomas's sword seem?
It made an impact. You can say that much, but it's
Good.
hard to say how much health a monstrosity like this has.
Was there blood or effluvia or brine or what? Can I tell?
Yeah, I'm
definitely-
curious.
As the blade cuts into it and rends through this sort of dried out muscle, the effluvia that sort of breathes out of it definitely comes out in like a puff. But more than that, where viscera and blood would spill out, there's just seaweed and brine.
All right.
Cool.
Now, it is going to bring its spear around to stab at you,
Oh.
Thomas. So that's going to be its strength plus its weapons. Weapons damage. What's your defense?
My defense is if I want to use Fool's Guard, do I have to declare it before you make the roll or not?
Yes. Before I roll, you have to say you're going to try and use Fool's Guard for your defense this
I'm
turn.
gonna do it. Let's throw all the things out. Yeah, so I roll strength plus weaponry plus 1, basically. So let me do a sheet roll here. Strength. Sorry, new character. All the things. Weaponry plus 1. Okay. Has to beat 5. Oh wait, no, it would still be 9 again because it's my weapon. Any weapons roll is 9 against with the Zweihander, I think.
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
Zweihander's 9 again, unless it's like a
Cool.
Okay. reactionary thing like the Fool's Guard.
That's literally what he's doing.
Oh,
So.
That is
yeah, no,
what I'm
Fool's
doing.
Guard does
Okay,
Fool's
fine.
Guard does not get 9 against. No.
Okay, got it. Let me roll that again then. Sorry. Plus 1. 3 successes.
He got 4. You would with the 5, you would have turned his weapon aside, but with 3, the spear drives down, and from that moulinet, from that windmill, you have the sword in a lower stance to try and bring up to the Fool's Guard, and you do, and you manage to turn the spear mostly aside, but it still strikes a gash across your shoulder. And as it does, almost immediately, that wound begins to putrefy on your shoulder. You take 1 point of aggravated damage.
Oh, okay.
that's the least good kind.
That is the least good kind.
Least good kind.
No, the least good kind is we're not even going to do damage. Just give me your character sheet.
The least good kind is so Kane showed up.
No,
Or
Paul,
an
it's your
earthbound.
Merlin.
I needed a taxi.
I feel like the least good kind is Merlin.
Nah, no Kane. Kane or an earthbound. Merlin would approach Kane, and Kane would be like, "Yep, you're dead."
It is your turn, Paul.
Merlin turned Kane
How
into a
far
lawn
is
chair.
this whole
That's why
situation from
Kane's
where
been
Paul's
gone
hiding?
all this time.
With how far forward Thomas had been to try and get that ambush on the Nuckelavee, and with how fast Thomas can run, what is your speed, Thomas?
12.
12. You're probably looking at about 30 yards out.
Okay. Can I? Let's see. My speed is 11. So how much? That mean I can go 11 yards?
Yes, you can move 11 yards and around, unless you use your active part of your turn to dash, in which case you can do it again.
No, don't want to do that. Can I? Let's see. How can I run and then hide again?
If you want to make that the thing that you're trying to do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak closer to it. So
Right, roll me your stealth, dexterity, and stealth.
all right. This does not count as darkness, I assume.
No.
All right.
The daylight might be receding, but it is still broad.
Fair. All right. 2 successes.
All right. We'll see how that goes.
And I will go as I guess that is my action then, the stealth, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
0.
Knock and fire.
Roll me your attack. Defense still 4.
I'm missing the 9 agains that I get on that I got with Akushин. My specialty is with weaponries with knives. -4. 2 more damage. Another cold iron arrow.
Yep. The second arrow pins itself into its other shoulder, and you can definitely see that sort of where Thomas's blade draws a massive gash across the body of this thing. It just opens the wound, and it doesn't seem to react as if it's in pain. Whereas the cold iron arrow definitely causes it to recoil as if it had been struck.
So after seeing now the differences in 3 different hits, I will call out cold iron's effective.
Astrid.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember if her axes are made of iron.
No, they're just regular battle axes.
Okay.
Cold iron axes would not do well.
No.
Okay, well,
The only cold iron melee
I
weapon
will-
we have is one of my Bowie knives.
I will make them hurt. All right, she is going to charge this thing with her axes.
All right. Go ahead and I'd say you're probably close enough to charge as well. So go ahead and make me an attack.
-4, you said?
Yes, -4 for its defense.
2 damage.
Nice. Stacking up damage here. Man and Rider move as one, but all of you move as a unit. Damage begins to pile up. Nico, it's your turn.
Fuck. Okay. Well, apparently this is happening. I guess he'll try and shoot it. That would be dexterity and guns. -4, you said? Or, well, does he get defense against firearms attacks or no?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You may as well have armor, really.
It's the only difference is you can't pierce it.
Nope. Nope, that's a miss. Wow, that is a hell of a miss. That is 3 ones. Thank God this isn't old.
As you bring the MP5 up and spray a burst, there's something unnatural about this thing as its torso bends and twists in ways that a human body should not be able to. It's fast enough to leave an afterimage on your sight as it just avoids these bullets, even if it requires it to bend itself in half to do so.
Nico's also going to move off to one side and just try and make sure that he's in a position where he can see everybody. So if somebody goes down, he will be the first one to notice.
So, to the top of the next round. First, camera shift elsewhere. As Colleen and Nina are moving. Where are you headed, Nina?
Can we wait until next round? 7 is literally when shows end and I need to do stuff.
All right, I will just roll me your initiative and we'll handle it when it comes to it.
Fair enough. It was literally right as the clock went to the hour.
Saying is impeccable timing.
Last.
We found the ones. We found where they've been keeping them.
Colleen didn't get much better at 7. Which is probably good. So, Thomas, you're up.
All right. Got it. We'll acknowledge Zero's comment and we'll then make a feint. That's strength plus weaponry. I think, does the 9 again only apply if I'm attacking with the spyhander? Is that how that works?
Yes.
Yes, to actual attacks that will deal damage.
Got it.
It's because the Swyhander tears open very vicious wounds.
Got it. Okay. Because the feint is okay. Got it. That makes sense. So.
Yeah, the feint is attempting to remove your opponent's defense.
Yep.
Please do.
Yep. Strength plus weaponry.
Is that an opposed roll, by the way?
Let me see here. If it hits, basically, I have to hit him.
So you still have to get past his defense for this.
Yeah. But I do get +1 from my sword specialization. So, and I ignore. No, he doesn't have armor. Okay. Yeah. So +1. It's normal. Oh wait, I forgot to do the minuses. Sorry, let me re-roll that because it's -4. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. +1, -4, -3. Let's spend a willpower again to make that just a flat roll.
Yeah, it's not an opposed roll. It's just an attack.
Come on. I got 1.
If your character achieves even a single success, the opponent is momentarily confused and off balance and may not apply their defense against the next attack they suffer.
Yep.
That still doesn't look like it applied their defense. Oh no, you spent a willpower on that, right? And your sword special.
Yep.
So yeah, so 0, so flat 0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the next attack that comes at it will not apply its defense as you bring your sword up and around, and as it twists itself and puts its spear in the way, that attack wasn't real. But it still is going to try and bring itself around as one hand reaches out with a claw towards your face, Thomas, and then at the same time, because you're up in its face too, the horse reaches its head around and tries to bite you, Astrid.
That's
I need both of your defenses.
So I have. Yep. Yeah, that's a specific thing I have to do, I think.
Hold it still
Are you
so
going
I
to
can
Fool's
shoot
Guard
it
again,
in the
or-
head.
I'm gonna. Let's see. Dodging, I would have to have already done.
Now, you can choose to dodge. It's just that it will take your turn next turn.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's Fool's Guard again. That seemed to work last time.
Fool's Guard is very effective.
Yep, I'm gonna
Alright.
do it. Okay. Strength, weaponry, +1. Okay. Five successes.
Nice.
All right. So you said your defense was 2,
Mhm.
Holly? Yep, I
Yes.
got that math right. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, otherwise my defense is 1 and that's crap, so I'm gonna use all the other things.
So, with only 3 successes against your 5, the hand reaches out, and as you bring that fainting strike around, you actually slice the sword down and drive it through its hand and deal 2 more damage to it.
Nice.
Oh, I should.
I was gonna say I want to like hit it in the face with the hilt, like
Yeah.
just sort of like feint it, and then it went and yep.
Pop it in the face.
Yep.
Something I should note that was visible when its turn started was that several of the wounds that were not dealt by the arrows begin to seal themselves at the start of its turn.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Which is to say, the arrow wounds do not do this.
Paul attacks it next before I get a chance to. That's not letting me take advantage of the feint.
But so you deal 2 more damage to it, and unfortunately, with your 2 defense, the horse's head rears around and takes a chomp out of your shoulder, digging deep. You take 6 aggravated damage.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's not
Shit.
good.
How you doing, Astrid?
I'm still standing.
I know you and I are on.
Technically.
Hold on.
I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know how tough you are. I know you and I are the same strength, but I don't know your stamina.
I have a stamina of 4.
Okay, so you're still standing.
I'm still standing. I'm okay.
Technically.
She's not yet in wound thresholds.
Yeah, if not yet in wound thresholds is the important thing. That's gonna take a while to heal.
Ouch.
And yeah, like before, that wound that the horse deals to you with its teeth immediately begins to putrefy. And that is its turn. Spanner.
I am, I guess, unless it's moved significantly, I'm about 19 yards away from it.
Yep.
Is there something about halfway in the middle there where I can post up behind some cover?
Depends. Do you count a topiary as cover?
This is a fey creature, so probably not. Is there like a sturdy planter, or is this a planted topiary?
It's got like it's like one of those really tall, very thick topiary bushes that's just rising out of this like giant red earthenware like clay pot.
It's a chest high
Yeah,
wall,
I
but it's a
will
chest high
probably
wall made
run.
of leaves.
Sort of like cover shooter style, run and sort of slide into place behind the large planter. And then he has that bracelet with a 4-inch silver spear talisman hanging off of it. He sort of shakes that out, grabs it, and then while crouching down behind it, just thrusts it out towards the Nuckelavee. I'm going to use my use a point of willpower and use my Doro talisman.
You do not get a -4 because of the feint.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually, can I add willpower to it to activate it and also use willpower on this attack?
I will say yes.
Okay. I would very much like to do that then, please. All right, so add a 3. 2 damage.
All right. So, does the Doru Talisman say what damage type it is?
It is. I mean, it's basically like a phantom force, but I don't think it specifies because it doesn't physically attack it.
Yeah, that might make it aggravated damage. I don't know. Doru Talisman.
It should say. Whether or not
it's 3 lethal. It's a 3 lethal melee.
Lethal, yeah.
Okay, so it is a lethal weapon.
Lethal
Yeah,
weapon.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
It's lethal weapon 3 specifically.
I knew it was coming.
Paul's behind the planter going, I'm too old for this.
That bad guy doesn't have diplomatic immunity.
That's 2.
I know, exactly. That's why 3 does not. So, you thrust out your hand and you can see the wound imprint in this thing's chest that spills out more of this seaweed and brine. As it just sort of this indentation as if a spear had struck home. Zero, it's your turn.
I will swap to my cold iron broadhead arrows, which give me +1 damage on the attack roll. And knock and fire. -4 defense because the feint only worked for that one attack.
Yep.
So I will spend a willpower, which means I'm rolling it even with the +3
with your archery specialty.
Yeah, with the +3 and the not with the archery specialty, but with the +1 damage.
Okay,
from the broadhead arrows.
From the archer.
Yeah.
And silver didn't do anything extra against this thing, right?
Didn't seem to.
I think that's the main thing with the Doru because it is silver, so it probably is.
Yeah.
A werewolf.
Why do I keep rolling
not
ones?
Where Nuckelavee?
I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones in that attack.
Well, if it's a were Nuckelavee, then you'd have to use cold silver, which honestly is a lot easier to work than cold iron. So you know.
So yeah, 2 damage. Again.
All right, two more aggravated damage that it does not regenerate at the start of its turn. Astrid, that horse just took a bite out of you. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna try to decapitate the thing.
Bite it
with
back.
my axes. No, I'm not biting it back. It's a bad idea.
Touching bad touch. No touching.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Yes, that'll bring its defense from -4 to just a -1.
2 damage.
2 more damage. Whittling away at this thing. Nico.
Be nice if I could hit it for more than 2 damage at once and ever.
Get back away from it, you dumbasses!
So happy with Nico right now.
Paul just
And we're gonna try and shoot it. This time we're doing the 3-round burst because why the fuck not? Which I think gives me.
Paul does give, without looking, but does reach back with his left hand and give Nico a thumbs up from where he's hiding.
Yeah. Paul knows damn well that I'm mostly yelling at the other two. Okay. All right. Short burst is just a +1. Okay. So that would put its modifier at a -3. And 9 again. Okay, good. Boop. Hey, I hit it for 2 damage too. I'm in the 2 damage club. 2 lethal.
2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage.
As this thing is being slowly worn down by a death of 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
It's looking less like a Nuckelavee from the Bard's Tale and more like the Nuckelavee from Ruby for a minute.
Eventually, I will roll less than 5 ones.
You say that. Just gonna leave it there.
I'm ever hopeful, okay?
At initiative count 11, Jeremy.
I'm going on 11, or is because I'm
No,
not.
You're not, but
Okay, I just want to make sure because I knew I wasn't.
where is Nina trying to take Colleen?
Since I don't know exactly where we are, in the city, generally through side roads and back alleys, and etc. Towards her place.
Okay, so moving roughly northeast from here, which is away from where this thing is coming from, conveniently. So, as you're going, you begin to hear scampering noises around you.
God damn it. No, go back and kill the other ones. I don't
And-
actually say that.
It's puppies. It's puppies.
He's not puppies.
As you look around, you begin to hear these sort of high-pitched, almost nasally voices that say, special one can eat the veil. If we take special one, steal veil, then kill special one. No one use veil.
These are puppies in the same way. Have you ever seen Cloverfield?
I was gonna say I don't like these puppies.
Oh yeah.
Because that thing had puppies. They were not
Mhm.
fun puppies.
As a pair of emaciated, faintly greenish tinged goblinoid creatures appear from around one of the nearest alleyways, adorned in blood red caps and wielding vicious knives.
Yep, you're getting shot.
Unfortunately, I'm not a Akashic Brotherhood archer. Otherwise, I could nail that thing in the eyes from where I'm at.
Jeremy, I want you to listen to me very carefully. It's hobgoblins again. For the love of God, be careful.
Listen, if I'm not getting killed by hobgoblins, is it even a Final Show Films world?
So what you're saying
I
is,
would argue no.
so what you're
I
saying
can't wait to get back to the
is,
Star Wars game. It's like, what the fuck did those redheaded guys come from?
no. So what you're saying is, when we get back to werewolf, our pack leader is going to be dead at the hands of a bunch of goblins.
Sure. Why not?
I am pleading the fifth.
And we all just go, how?
Fucking hobgoblins, man.
So, it's two hobs that are coming in here to
Yep.
try and kill you
There sure are.
with knives.
They sure are.
Oh, they brought a knife to a gunfight.
They sure did.
Well, one of them is going to try and shank both of you. What is your melee defense?
I believe it is. I'm not wearing my Kevlar vest. So 2.
All right, so it's only got 4 dice on this.
Because I did not stop and get it out of the car.
That is 2 successes. You take 2 lethal damage as this goblin runs up and sort of drives a knife towards your chest, and you pull away, but it still gashes you across the torso.
Motherfucker.
Colleen's is slightly higher at 3. They get no successes though. As the other one runs up with this knife, and Colleen just in that same trained motion that you're pretty certain she was taught by monks, one hand out on the back end of on the back side of the hand holding the knife, pushes it aside, and then with the gun just braces it against her own hand and just puts it straight up to its temple. Because now it's her turn, and she fires at this thing in the face.
Yes, we understand the NPC is cooler than me.
To be fair.
Complete that thought.
That was the full thought.
Now, that is not a full thought.
Yeah, you don't understand how an ADHD mind works, sir. That was the full thought.
She does
That was
3 damage
Intentionally
to
the full thought, because, and you know it.
as she does 3 damage to this thing as the gun fires off and it jerks aside, but it cuts a deep gash across its forehead.
I think in
Nina,
sentence
it's your turn.
fragments.
All right.
It's nice. The 2 separate combats that are happening are all contained, so I don't have to go back and forth through the initiative.
I hate we're a new world of darkness. You can't split die pools.
What?
Pretty sure you can.
I've never tried, so I don't know.
No, the only way you get multiple actions is if you have supernatural shit.
Or a specific like fighting style or something
Yeah.
that gives you an extra attack.
Right, because werewolves have to just hit the rage button.
Yep. How's the one on Colleen look?
It took a nice chunk. It's not dead yet, but
It is now. Yeah, I'm shooting it.
well, it doesn't get its defense, so
Okay. Just for fun, let's throw willpower into that. Gun. +3. Of course, then again, I'm rolling combat dice in the world of darkness, so why would I hit?
still, you graze it with that shot, and it definitely took the hit. Which brings us
Cool.
back to the other fight with Thomas. It's your turn.
The best part
Okay,
about Craig using that image is that on the overlay, you can't see the thumbs up. So on the overlay, it's just Craig smiling, lean to the side.
Oh well. We'll just have to trust our word for the gloriousness of it. This thing, it's recovering like all damage.
Not
when it-
all of it, but it's definitely
Okay.
recovering an amount of the damage that it
Okay.
takes at the start of its
And-
turn.
How bad does it look at this point? Like pretty.
Kind of rough.
Kind of rough. Okay.
If you wanted to
okay.
kill it in one swing, you need to do a decent amount of damage to it.
Okay. I think I'm. Well, actually, I can't do that this round because I did Fool's Guard. Yeah.
No, Fool's Guard
last
doesn't take
time.
your turn. That just gets rid of your defense for the rest of the turn.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
No,
dodging
um,
that takes it's
Fool's-
dodging that takes your turn.
Fool's Guard, I believe, does take your.
Does it? Does it take your dodge? Does it act as a dodge action?
It
It-
took
ye-
it took mine previously when I've used
Okay.
it. So
Then never
Yeah,
mind.
instead
then.
of using defense, well, yeah, instead of using defense to counterattack rolls, blah 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 blah. Can't use defense that turn. No, actually,
Oh, no.
it's an instant action.
oh yeah, no, never mind then.
Yeah.
Jack just really
Okay.
wanted to hurt me.
Cool, cool. Yeah, let's try this. Let me look at my options here.
I just want to point out,
You know
I
what,
really
let's-
love the artwork on the fighting styles chapter page of the Armory Reloaded, where it's just these two guys with like really fucked up faces, just like really poorly punching each other.
Let's ignore Nico's sage advice and make a doubling cut. Can I also do that with Moulinet?
Yes, you can use a Moulinet on one of
Great.
those doubling cut is 2 attacks, right?
Yes.
So you can do a Moulinet on one of those.
Okay. Awesome. Can I do a Moulinet and a feint on one?
No. You cannot deal damage with an attack that doesn't deal damage.
That's fair. But it's just making 2 attacks. Anyway, okay. I like this. So that is just making 2 attacks. Yep. So first one I'm just gonna do normally. With thrust. On both of them. So that is +2. 9 again. -4, so it's -2.
Yeah, you can just basically when you employ the Fool's Guard, you get to counteract one attack, and then you don't get your defense for the rest of the round.
Got it. Okay. So that's
Yeah, Fool's Guard is very good against a single opponent.
Yep.
It sucks against multiple ones.
Yep. -2. Remind me, because I am not real familiar with all the combat rules. Defense would apply to both of these attacks. His defense.
Yes, especially
Okay.
because his defense doesn't reduce for extra attacks, so it's
Got it.
-4
Okay,
to
so-
both of them.
Yep. Okay. So I am just gonna make this first one with -2.
This is what happens when you let someone use fighting styles that are meant for 2 different categories of weapon because their sword is magic.
3 damage. Yeah.
Is that
And
your
break
Molinet?
the
So it's
rule.
actually 6 damage.
Huh? What?
Is that your Molinet? So it's actually 6 damage.
No, that was my. I said that I was gonna do the Molinet on the second one.
Okay, so 3 damage on the first
yeah,
one.
unfortunately. Second one is going to be. Yep, I spend some willpower here, and we see how it goes. -2 again. Four plus
And that's
3,
and
7.
So yeah, 7
so
and 3.
that's 10 damage total.
With 10 damage dealt, with the
Yep.
amount of damage that you guys have been whittling away at this thing, even with what it regenerated last turn, how do you want to do this?
Yes. Okay. So I think he's gonna be a dick. Shoulder like Astrid, Astrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astrid kind of back and out of the way and just like cut right where I'm gonna aim for the seam, right where the top half and the horse half sort of meet, because that feels like a good like that. That's what you want to do.
Just
And
aim for where the rider meets the horse.
Yeah, and hack once, and then it doesn't quite go through, and then just keep hacking. He's just gonna keep hacking it for a little bit.
So as Thomas just sort of shoulder checks Astrid to the side after it had been bitten into deeply by the horse end of this creature, just rushes forward with this sort of like heavily over the shoulder, digs into the torso, like the lower right around the pelvis area of what would be the rider, and it sort of chunks through most of this thing, but it doesn't quite pull out, and then just rears it back and drives it in again, and rears it back and drives it in again. And after about the 3rd or 4th hit, the torso separates from the horse, and the whole thing begins to collapse and just fall apart into a mass of seaweed and brine.
Show off.
That was great. Didn't even get blood on me.
No, you
Nico is sprinting towards Astrid.
No, you just have a putrefying wound. I will check my phone to see if it works.
Your phone is still drying out.
Okay.
Paul stands up from behind the bush, rolls down and rebuttons his sleeve and calls out, "Well struck, Thomas, my lad."
Oh God. Craig,
The fact
talking
that you're
with the
just a still
image.
image of a thumbs up while those lines are being delivered, Craig. Mwah.
Meanwhile, somewhere
I've
else.
always been here.
But yes, so while that's happening, elsewhere, goblins, your defense is 2.
Yep.
No damage. They fail to hit you. As this one tries to drive its knife into you, but you're already in the middle of this fight, and you sort of bash it in the face with the pommel of your pistol, and it backs off for a second. Other one tries to hit Colleen. Gets 1 success and manages to nick her with the knife, dealing 1 lethal. And Colleen is going to shoot it in the face again because you've already done damage to it. And does the remaining. Yeah, that's. Am I doing that math right? They have 8 hit points. She did 3. You did. Okay, so with 4 damage, yeah, she puts a bullet in its head and it falls over. Now there's just the one that's in front of you.
Okay. Shoot it.
Go for it.
Then willpower, and I do all of 2.
We're
Circle
nothing
back
if
over.
not consistent.
2 damage is the name of the game tonight. It comes back around for you as well.
If this was old world, you would have done a lot more damage there.
Mm-hmm. Have I
It does-
mentioned that I hate the New World of Darkness system? Because I hate it.
It deals 1 point of lethal damage to you as it manages to nick
Okay.
you again with its knife.
Yeah,
And
but
Colleen will
apparently
return the
old
favor.
world hunter sucks. So
I mean,
God.
that's fair.
Old World Hunter doesn't suck for the systems. I mean, it kind of sucks for the systems. Let's be honest.
The system is fine because it's just the old World of Darkness system.
The
Like,
edges, though.
Everything within the game's setting, which includes powers and everything, it all is hot fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Just non-stop hot garbage.
Right.
And Colleen's going to return the favor that you did for her and is going to shoot the one that's on you. For 2 damage. Fuck it. And she clips it in the shoulder and deals 2 more damage to it. It's your
Come on,
turn.
Nina, take us home.
Sure.
Yes.
Who needs my last willpower point?
This goblin does.
Hey!
There you go.
Hey! 7.
As you just, all right, fuck this noise, and just bring both of your guns and plant them in its forehead and pull both triggers at once, and its head just kind of lolls back as its brains splatter at the back of its forehead.
And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're not walking, we're fucking running. Why are you walking?
Because you said we were walking.
Did
She
you
starts
see me
running.
running? Which actually I probably not, because I have taken 3. I mean, I'm not at wound penalties yet, but still. Ow.
I am doing my best to dry out my phone so I can call Nina.
Paul is gonna. Is the body dissolving?
Yes, it is breaking down into a pile of seaweed and kelp.
Paul
And
is pulling on
Brian.
his gloves from his back pocket and headed to see if there is something in there.
4 arrows.
I mean, aside from
Nico
that,
is pulling on his gloves from, his med kit and grabbing Astrid. All right, sit down.
I'm
down,
not
please.
a dog. I'm not a dog.
Please sit down on this pile of lovingly placed debris so that I can look at you.
Fine.
Humans sit too, Astrid.
Man, that was so cool.
See, the
Yes, well done,
automatic
Thomas.
response to that is, do you not want to die like one? Then sit.
and it takes a few. Go ahead and make your medicine check, or if you're going to use any of your elixirs, do that.
My elixirs has Astrid taken anything other than aggravated damage?
No.
6 aggravated.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be actual medicine.
But make your medicine roll. And while that's happening, it takes a few minutes, but a short time after the corpse has lost its cohesion, the brine ceases to drip and things begin to dry out unnaturally
Whoops,
fast.
Not supposed
And
to be 9 again.
Begin to dry out completely as everything slowly returns to working order and power begins to return to the area, including to your phones.
Click, 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 click,
What you
click,
doing,
click.
Paul?
Oh, there it works. Click, dial.
Hey, there's an
Well-
exceptional success.
Just looking to see if there's anything to recover. He is, again, wearing khakis, dockers, a blue and white check shirt, and like reinforced rubber gloves up to about the elbow as he is going through this kelp.
Roll
Thomas
me
feels that this is not normal, but-
dexterity and investigation.
I'm looking for anything like the acorn or anything like that.
Yep.
Paul's muscling in on my turf here.
Y'all can muscle in on whatever. My phone is off. I specifically mentioned that.
I know. But that doesn't stop me from trying to call.
Yep.
So you push around through some of the seaweed, And eventually, inside this thing, you find what appears to be a small golden ring.
One golden ring.
Other than Thomas, is anyone watching closely?
I assume Zero would be.
The
Yeah.
acquisitions expert.
It's there, right there. It's
Fair
there.
point.
Well, it doesn't look iron.
I'm just watching you while I'm trying to get Nina on the phone.
I'm going to. Can I see if I can palm it while my hands are still completely covered in the seaweed?
Okay.
Trying to get up your sleeve as if you're just rummaging through the seaweed and didn't find anything.
Well, I mean, I don't know about.
You're wearing gloves that go
Yeah.
up to your fucking elbow.
You specifically said they go up to your elbow, too.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the whole point is he does not want any part of this touching his skin. So it would be a question of sort of palming it. I am not a I am not an expert at coin tricks, but what I would imagine is getting it kind of into the fold of the thumb, and then as he pulls the gloves off, leaving it rolled up in the glove. But I would like to see if that's possible, and then yeah, can I try to do that?
Go ahead. Roll me dexterity and larceny -1.
Okay. Can I spend a willpower on this?
Sure.
Do I get my specialty?
In
For
pickpocketing? No, this is not a pickpocketing thing.
Okay.
This would be a sleight of hand thing.
All right. So net bonus of 2. Only a 3.
Do I
So-
have to make some?
Anyone who wants to observe that can reflexively make a wits and composure.
Sure.
Question: would my professional training apply any benefits to this
You're
as a spy?
more.
Candidly, I feel like if you get professional training in it, so do I.
Yeah, I'll say that because both of you, because I didn't give him professional training for being a thief, I won't give you that.
That's
for
fair. That's
being
fair.
a spy.
2 successes.
So Thomas doesn't notice anything.
Now.
I'll be petty enough to spend a willpower on this.
Sure. In that same logic, I did let Thomas spend. I did let Paul spend a willpower. So
100% fair.
5 successes.
So yeah, you definitely catch that glint of gold as it gets wrapped up in one of his gloves.
I see nothing.
Can I roll to see if I see him notice?
Oh, for God's sakes.
All of
The
us
argument-
have
the
7
argument-
heads on our shoulders. We're literally a group of hydras with the amount of things that we're all looking at every single time anything happens in a given scene.
I never look at anything anyone else does. This is the only time I've ever done that.
The argument I will make is that if you are attempting to conceal things, you want to notice if they have been concealed.
And you want to see if Zero has any kind of reaction that would indicate that he had seen what you had done. Yes. Roll me wits and empathy -2 because you are doing this after having had your back turned to him. So you probably are getting a delayed response on any reaction. And he is a trained professional at hiding his facial expressions.
And
Okay.
you're presumably trying to look at 2 people because Thomas is close by.
Yeah, I think that to
Tension
me
split.
kind of the fact that I had my back to Zero, I think that's what sort of negates any bonus I have from that, is that I'm sort of trying to keep it from Thomas's vision, who's like, What you doing? So, I'm sorry. Wits and empathy.
What's an empathy? -2.
Okay.
And William, I'm assuming that Nico is too focused on
On Astrid, yes.
Astrid right now for this to.
And
You have no
Astrid's
clue
probably
whether or
fighting
not Zara
Nico,
saw you.
So
All right. So I will wrap up the gloves, sort of fold them over themselves. And I'm going to can I just make a willpower roll for myself?
Sure. Just roll your willpower dice.
Or maybe it would be resolve. I don't know.
You could either roll resolve and composure, or you can just make it a simple roll for the amount of dice you have, for the amount of dots you have in your willpower.
And
You know what? Those are actually the same. So I think it's
Yeah, no, because that's how you calculate your willpower is your resolve and
Okay, yeah.
composure.
Oh damn. Okay. All right.
for
Nothing.
for
Oh,
what for
okay.
William's edification, once I can't reach Nina, I'll try to call Colleen.
So a couple of minutes later, Nina, as you're walking, Colleen's phone starts to go off.
Oh, good. Phones are working again. Hey, look, I have messages. I bet you it's them.
She pulls the phone out and answers.
I think we shouldn't answer. We should just go to my place and let them freak out.
I mean, they did just fight the giant dangerous thing and presumably kill it.
And
Do
we
really
fought
wanna-
tiny dangerous things. Everybody fought dangerous things. I think it'll be funny, and they'll know where we are anyways.
You know what? I'll play along with this one for once.
Awesome.
Voicemail.
I call. I then call my retrieval team and tell them to park a nondescript black van outside of Nina's house.
Just to freak her out.
To keep an eye out for them in case they went there. Because I don't know where
You're
they
gonna
are.
get me killed.
I mean,
don't-
first you're going to get part of your retrieval team killed.
I
and
don't
then
know
get
where
Nina
you
killed.
are. We just killed the Nuckelavee. I'm putting eyes out. Because you didn't actually tell us where you were
Okay.
going.
I mean, she did say she did say, or go find me at my place.
Did she? I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
still doing
that
it. They have orders not to engage for whatever that's worth. So if she tries to attack the van, they'll just drive off.
He's
But they
going
are
to
leaving
attack the van. There is an unmarked black van in this storyline
Oh yeah.
outside of her house.
Yep.
She's going to shoot through the window or windshield.
They'll be fine.
Okay. Your people.
Okay.
They are his people.
Are my people. And just
I hope they're paid well.
basically just tell me to call them. I'm telling them to call me if they see them.
Yeah, they shot at us.
Ah, good.
That tracks.
That was pretty cool. That went well. Okay. Sweet.
I'm assuming the arrows didn't dissolve, right?
No, the arrows are fine.
I will,
They might
I will
actually no.
hand the-
The arrows are damaged because you fired cold iron arrows into
yeah.
a solid object.
Absolutely.
I will hand those back to Zaro.
I'll have to get the tips redone.
So
Seem like they
So
What?
will
did.
I at some
What?
point.
Was that William?
I said so will I at some point.
Huh.
My hair.
Ms.
So,
Ashford,
like-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
do we go out to eat? So oh wait, we have to Nina and yep, that.
Yes.
Okay. So
we need to make
Right.
sure they're okay.
With your five successes, with your exceptional success in your medicine check, by the way,
Yeah.
Jack, you can apply the regular rules for medicinal care, and you can affect aggravated wounds with the exceptional success. So
Okay. All right. He's got holistic, so he'll be able to get that started on a process of recovery.
Yes, we should reacquire. Zero says as his voice goes back to normal as he puts his sunglasses back on. We should go and acquire Nina. Did anyone hear where they were going?
Probably Nina's place.
But we should
Yeah,
head
yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
I believe that's what she said.
Oh, I don't have a car.
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't myself.
Other people
does
have
tend
cars
to
and
be-
vehicles.
Yeah, that does tend to be where she goes. Miss Ashwin, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. She says, like, batting Nico away.
As the arm that you're trying to bat him away with shoots pain all up your nervous system.
Fine.
All right. So
kind of winces
this
and
is the
smiles.
part, Thomas. This is your first fight with us. This
Uh-huh.
is the part where I am now in charge. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can I
First
turn
off,
my phone on?
Astrid, that was exceptionally brave. You're going to send me to an early grave.
That's what I do.
Valid. We need to get you inside and sterilized first, okay? You
Fine.
got bit by something that might have
No,
once
no.
been an animal.
No, that's
There
fine.
are procedures for these sort of things. I'm fairly certain it wasn't
she need to
carrying
get a
rabies.
rabies
I'm
shot?
almost as certain that it might have been carrying something worse. But regardless, I'm going to need to do some blood tests and yeah, all that sort of thing. So, because I don't want to have to explain to anybody who knows you or is related that your arm fell off under my watch.
My brother probably wouldn't take that news well.
And
Fair
her brother's
enough.
a vampire.
Yeah, speaking of which, have I?
Oh.
I can't remember. Has Nico met
Yeah,
Astrid's brother?
he's
Oh,
met
for
him
sure.
at least once. I
Yeah.
remember
Okay,
at least
all right.
once.
We
I
were-
I thought so, but I couldn't remember.
One of the first times you showed up, we were hanging at Astrid and
Right.
siblings' place.
Yeah,
He lives
and
in my
Archer was
closet.
there.
Well
Yeah,
then,
Archer was there. Yep.
how about this then? Nico, you stay with our 2 injured people in our underground bunker. Paul and I will go retrieve Nina and Colleen.
We could just give them a call. They have
I've
a
called
car
both
in-
of them. They didn't answer. I'm assuming their phones are turned off.
Let
Yeah,
me-
I'd find them as soon as possible then. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me. Paul will take a look at his phone. Let me give Colleen and Miss Scott a shot, just in case. And I will send a text to both of them, just saying, "Are you okay?"
Thomas is going to send a series of emojis to Nina that consists of a bunch of smiley faces, a knife, peach, the broken heart symbol, some exclamation points, and then a period. And then I'll send that.
Yeah, I was
I
thinking
get
it would be like the
everything
blood
but-
drop,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the one that's just the head of
Uh-huh.
a horse. You know.
Yeah.
I get everything but why the exclamation points and then the period.
That's how he's feeling.
Okay. Emojis, folks.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're about halfway to your house when you get that series of texts.
Yeah.
What about Colleen? Does she text back?
I mean, Colleen will look at her phone and look at Nina. Eh?
Eh.
Eh.
Ah,
Would you stop trying to ruin my fun, for Christ's sake?
Oh, I'm not trying to ruin your fun.
Thomas,
another text. Your mother
downstairs
and I
with
are
me and
worried.
Astrid. Come on.
Yes, sir. Okay. He'll follow.
Come, Paul. Let's get a head start. I say, heading towards my car.
Right.
Can
Nico, is the Is the underground area going to be sufficient for what you need to do, or do you need?
Oh, I've got my whole. Yeah, no, I've got everything I need and then some down there.
All right. Without being able to think of another excuse, Paul will follow Zero.
And if we'll head off towards Nina's house in my car, and if we beat Nina there, I'll have the van go away.
They're already halfway there, and you've been in the middle of a fight and conversation and investigation for a while. She will probably make it there first.
Absolutely, she will.
Yep.
So Nina,
Yep.
you and Colleen make it back towards your house.
Turn
There's
around
an
the corner.
There's an unmarked black van across the street from it.
So
Just
it's like
watching it.
cutting through the alleyway, because there's almost certainly an alleyway that she can go through that has direct vision on the building itself.
Mhm.
So in the alleyway, she stops. Stay here for a second, sweetie. Mommy's got to go kill someone. As she walks out and like does a long thing around to get to circle around the van on the other side. Walking casually, firing into the passenger door, full clip.
Roll me your dexterity and firearms. Just roll and add your weapons damage dice.
Yep.
I just want to see what this does.
You get all the
Damage dice is
successes.
3.
Whole bunch of
Dex,
ones.
plus 3. I mean that's just the attack.
Just the
roll,
attack, yeah.
basically.
Now you do damage.
Love it.
There you go.
Nice.
And Nina's last damage roll was 7.
So it's a 45 autoloader, so it's a magazine gun. It's not a revolver.
Right.
Because that would have been hilarious. You just walk past and just unload into the passenger side window. But this is a Chiron group van, and they have tempered glass.
Fair.
But with 5 damage, that full magazine cracks and begins to break that tempered glass as they hit the gas and start to pull away.
Is there a license plate?
It's a Chiron group van. Probably not.
How do they not get pulled over?
I was going to say
group.
Actually, no, they would definitely
own the police.
They would definitely have a license plate.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's the most generic license plate. They probably just pull off and swap out whenever they need to.
It would be like a fleet license plate, yeah, because it's particularly because it's a retrieval van, so it would be like a generic it'd be like if you looked it up, it'd be like this belongs to a limo company kind of license plate.
All right. So yeah, still commit the plate to memory, because it'll be registered somewhere, and she can use that to track them to the ends of the earth and murder them.
I feel like I get a panicked phone call on the way over.
All right, we're good. Let's head up.
Considering the amount of brainwashing that the Chiron group puts into its drones, you probably get a phone call at something along the lines of contact spotted. They opened fire on us. We have retreated from the location. And that's like completely deadpan and emotionless.
In response, good. Return to home base. Fix up any wounds in the vehicle.
Affirmative.
Would that be over the car's
oh yeah,
speakerphone?
no, Paul. No, I would have answered it directly, but you would have heard my response.
Okay.
Like,
Paul turns and just sort of is looking at you side-eyed.
So, Mr. Spanner.
Anything of note?
Oh, Nina and Colleen arrived safely at her home.
Ah, well, that's a relief.
So what was that you found amongst the remains?
Another ring, or not another ring. Looks like a ring of some sort.
Do you feel it's likely a relic or something else?
At least some perhaps a token of one of the higher ups of this group. Similar in some ways, at least, to the acorn that we found. The acorn was in
the man on fire.
Oh, okay. Was there anything in the kernel? No.
Or was it the Colonel? I don't remember.
No, the
It might have
acorn.
been the Colonel.
The acorn was in the Man on Fire.
Yeah. Yeah, the Acorn was in the Man on Fire.
I don't know
Okay.
if they're.
The Colonel was a member of the council. He was just the first member of the council you killed.
Okay. All right. So so he will say similar to what we found in our incendiary friend.
Any markings?
To be honest, I haven't had much of a chance to look at it. Wasn't sure who else might be bearing down on us, so I figured it was best to get it down and out of the way.
Well, you're safe here in the car if you'd like to examine it while we drive.
No, I think I'd rather wait till we get back to the base. Chance to clean off anything that's still on it. It's all wrapped up in the gloves with all that other ichor and whatever else was mixed in with that kelp.
Sort of nod to the center console. There's a containment unit inside if you'd like to put it away.
Yeah, how convenient. But again, I think I'd rather wait till we're back. We can all do it together.
Of the same variety that we use for other items, I assure you I'm not looking to steal your prize, Mr. Spanner.
Of course.
And yeah, it's this. Like if you open up the console, it's literally the same kind of containment unit we're using for other things in the base.
Sure.
Figured you might want your gloves back.
Like I said, wait till we get back. I can clean them proper and get everything sorted out.
So, you guys, Nina and Colleen, make it inside.
Yep. We head up. I go in and I am immediately looking for a letter.
You go exactly where Spanner told you to look,
Yep.
and you find a sealed letter.
You know, I always wonder about people like, I left a letter for you X amount of time ago. Because when was the last time? That's a good question. When was the last time he was in my place?
It was.
I don't know. That's not me asking out of
Okay.
character. That's
Okay.
me saying in character. When was the last time he was in my place?
Colleen thinks for a second. Before we established the underground hiding spot.
Whatever answer you give, my response is, was it though?
I mean, fair.
Huh.
He is a sort of a B&E specialist, so.
Time for me to upgrade my security. All right. Well, I'm sure someone's going to arrive at some point.
So, a few minutes later, the souped up ancient relic of an antique car.
Yep.
That is nothing like the antique it looks like underneath shows up.
It's an all-electric supercar.
I'm already on my second drink at that point.
Paul.
Let's meet them outside.
Paul, at some point in the drive, you're not 100% certain when, Zero smoothed his hair back out to its normal appearance.
Okay.
Did Zero smooth it out, or did it smooth itself out? You never know.
That is the question. So yeah, get out of park the car, get out once again in full suit.
Yeah. We're heading down at this point. Nina has a bottle of something. Fairly nice rum in hand that she is pouring on the way down the stairs. This would be her third. Hello, boys.
Glad to see you arrived safely.
You were come here for little less.
Indeed. The Nuckelavee has been dispatched, as I'm certain you've noticed by now.
Yes.
How about you all? It looks like you're in trouble as well.
Yeah. Some goblin creatures. It was a thing. They did.
That's all right. How about you? You're not there?
I mean, a little nicked, but not really.
We need to get you all to Nico, or is that something we can do here?
I mean, the knives weren't the best, but they were just knives. They
Yeah.
cut that.
I imagine when we got up, like there was bandaging done.
Yeah.
He has medical supplies in the
Yes.
as any hunter with half a brain would.
Thomas did quite well,
Um,
Nina. In fact, struck the killing blow.
I would expect nothing less.
Though
He is a
Astrid,
bit of a badass.
Astrid and Thomas were injured in the fight. Nico is staying behind with them in the hideout, taking care of them.
How bad?
Fairly extensively on Astrid's part, though Thomas also some amount. The creature left putreficating wounds whenever it struck. Those two were the only ones close enough for it to hit, though.
Right. All right. Well, no need to keep them waiting. Let's.
I will open the backseat doors for them.
Yep.
Everybody piles into the vehicle.
Pile in. Get in.
And
You
it
also,
begins to make its
also,
way.
Nina, you don't need to worry about that van. It was mine as I start driving away.
I imagined.
Do you still have the envelope, or did you put it back?
No, she will absolutely have the envelope.
Okay.
Yeah, she hands it over. Here you go.
Much obliged. If you wouldn't mind holding on to it,
Sure,
just
I can do that.
you often have a better sense to be in a more of a place of safety when we tend to get into trouble. If you wouldn't mind popping in the mail, should anything happen.
I tell you what I will do. I am going to. I have gained a little extra sway in my time with since we last met. Not since we last met. We last met about 30 minutes ago, but you know what I mean.
I do.
And so I'm going to leave this with someone I trust. And should anything happen to you and I can't get there or deliver, it'll still get sent off.
That's appreciated. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
You know, Spanner, you could invest in a lawyer that could send this thing off for you.
That requires somebody else. No.
Also, I appreciate it, but I have several contingency plans in place, just in case. I figure this one might be the soonest to know.
I am shocked that you have contingency plans in place.
Don't we all?
No.
You're not there.
I mean, my contingency plan is if anything goes wrong, and I die, my people will assume that you two murdered me, and are just gonna finish
No.
clear debts.
It'll be
Now
a,
Now it's my turn to be shocked. And
It'll-
you will smile.
I'm kidding.
it'll be a sad day when we have to rid Atlanta of the Union.
Yeah. That's funny.
All the infighting would simply invite Valkyrie down.
And that's the last thing you want is Task Force Valkyrie deciding they
I mean, fair
want to show
point.
up.
Yeah.
Fair point.
If any
But my replacement character.
My replacement character for Zero is also Task Force Valkyrie.
Hey.
like if any hunting group could be described as the least subtle of all of the hunter organizations, it is Task Force Valkyrie. Because they have the FBI's backing.
Yeah.
we can. We're the government. We can do what we want.
I mean, they're kind of in after a certain fashion, the red talons of the
Hunter world, yes.
Hunter the Vigil, as
Love
in
that.
a group where you do an entire your entire game consists of those people, or
Or none of them.
Or none of
none
them.
of them.
My actual replacement for Zero is Elusive Huge. Right, yep. I drive back with everyone in the car.
So everyone eventually reconvenes at the
Should I
hideout.
set the stage of what's happened in the meantime?
Go for it.
do so.
All right. So you guys are taken downstairs.
Mhm.
Nico puts you over in a corner where there's some comfortable seating.
Astrid,
Walks
there's
over to the
bottle of
sound
alcohol.
system. Turns on Yasutaka Nakata. I'm desperately mispronouncing that musician's name, I'm sure.
I
Gloves
don't know
up,
what.
scrubs in.
Yeah.
Japanese EDM.
Okay.
Yasutaka Nakata.
Yes.
There you go.
That.
You were close.
Yeah, you were. You actually really were.
And starts going through. Starts with his topical and just begins working down the various injuries that you have. And William, if it's okay, he's literally just going to scrub in and get started, trying to downgrade at least one aggravated wound on both of them.
Yep.
Okay. So he'll need 10 successes for Astrid's first one. Each of these rolls takes an hour. And he's got 3 willpower to burn. He'll just...
I'll say you
doing-
can stack. You already have 5 built up for Astrid.
Okay, cool. All right. So with 1 hour, Astrid's 1 for the day is downgraded. So you can move one of those aggravated to lethal. And then he starts in on Thomas. Second willpower, that's 3 successes. Last willpower of the day, 2. Ooh, these are going to get unpleasant. Yours is giving him some trouble, apparently, Thomas. 2. Wow.
Because Thomas couldn't help but just pick at it the whole way down. So it's already worse infected than it already was.
No, he's just kind of like shifts
There
around.
we go.
He definitely shifts around at the beginning a lot, because he's still like adrenaline going.
Yep. And
He's like,
yeah, so Nico is just hold still. Thomas,
But
hold still.
okay.
I think you're probably still in the middle of working on Thomas by the time we get back.
Oh,
I like
right,
the
yeah,
idea.
no.
It's gonna
take 6
hours
hours.
later. 6 hours later, Thomas finally gets his downgraded to lethal as well.
I just really like the idea of like you're walking down and you've got like a bone of just something you picked off the ground. He's like, "Ooh, it hurts when I do this." Sticking it in the wall.
No, I think he's picked up the video game console again. Honestly, he's
Yep.
like trying to play.
Thomas is one of those people who tries to move the character with the controller as
Yes.
well.
100%. Oh, that shit drives me mad. My sister did that.
Astrid, twice as much water as alcohol, please.
All right. She'll have a water bottle too.
Food also.
All right.
And we're going to have a talk about how long you're going to be grounded.
Actually, I'm meeting my brother later tonight.
Your brother can meet you here.
No, we have to go do a thing.
Your brother can take a rain check, or you can take your medic
No.
with you.
We have to go do a thing.
Then you're taking your medic with you.
Fine.
Because you're 1 foot in the grave.
Okay.
I hope you.
I
hope you
understand
like sewers.
needing to do things. That's par for the course around here, absolutely. But I will insist on at least being adjacent present.
All right. I hope you like
Okay.
creepy sewers.
You have an open wound.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck. Okay. Stay there for at least 10 minutes, and I'm getting a pack and a wrap, and I'm going to have to get creative, but we'll find some way to keep the sewer out of your shoulder.
Trapdoor opens. Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah,
What time
club
was-
music is still going.
What's up, bitches?
Hey! What
It's
time
on
was she
Pico Pico
meeting them?
Tokyo at this point.
Perfect.
William, what time was she meeting them?
after sunset, so probably around the same time as it would take for Nico to finally actually get Thomas's wound downgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see you're still working on young Thomas.
He's fidgety.
Hey there, killer.
Hey.
Heard you did well.
Yep.
You gotta let the doc work.
I am.
So,
I am.
No, you're not.
how are the
I
patients?
will hold your ass down.
I know.
How are the
It's
patients?
fine.
How are the patients looking, good doctor?
Well, as can be expected, I guess.
You need any additional medical supplies?
It's going to take time. No, we're pretty well stocked. I've got everything I need. So yeah, no, we're doing fairly well, all things considered.
If you need anything special ordered, let me know.
Appreciate it.
Well,
And since I've spent at least an hour on both of you, and I have holistic awareness, your healing times will be halved, so that lethal will be gone within a day rather than 2 days.
Sweet.
well then. That's one enemy down. Congratulations, everyone. Good work.
Did we get the thing?
What thing?
The wreath.
No.
No.
I don't think he had it.
No, he did not have it.
Hmm.
He was simply going to be providing us clues as to how to approach the rest of the council of monstrosities that are ruling over the various bands of entities threatening the city.
It was mentioned
Did we
by
get
Alexander, by
anything
the
off
way.
of
It was mentioned by Alexander when you got the acorn that the items their lieutenants would give you when you killed them would be of use in fighting the commanders.
I look towards Paul. I don't
Paul's
say
in the-
anything, but I look towards Paul.
Paul's in the background, sort of over in their study area. He has out one of the plastic trays and has taken out the gloves and is unrolling them into the tray.
As Paul unrolls the glove, there's a small golden ring that clatters out onto the tray.
My precious. I will pick up some tongs, and without physically touching it, remove it. Does it look? I guess I'll take whatever solutions we have to clean. You know, if we have some sterile saline, or I mean, how bad does it look as far as what it's covered in?
It's covered in seaweed and kelp.
Does
Okay.
it? Just because I know what he's doing, because we had a conversation earlier. Does it look like Paul's trying to hide what he's doing, or like he's just working?
No, he just came right in and went
Okay.
over and started.
Then
So he's not at this point. He's not hiding it at
okay,
all.
then once I confirmed that in response to Nico's question, yes, we recovered a ring. Paul's examining it now.
All sort of holding it in tongs in one hand, sort of holds it up over the tray, but to show it to the others, and then goes back to pouring whatever we have to clean it.
You think that's our item?
That's the only thing other than my arrows that was left over in the mess that was left behind. So very likely.
What was our Fey thing again? It was the
Nuckelavee?
yeah. Well, no.
Oh
The
no, it's not
item-
the Iron Crown.
Oh, no, the Iron Wreath.
Or the Iron Wreath. No.
Yeah. Well, you know that could be symbolic.
No, but it might be with the I think it's more in line with the acorn that we found. Going to be useful in helping us take out the higher ups, but might also be a bargaining chip, I suppose. What does it look like now that it's clean?
Once it's cleaned off, it looks like the golden ring has some intricate design work. It looks to be made out of solid gold, but is shaped in such a way that it seems to be almost a twisted series of roots and vines forming up the shape of a ring rather than an actual ring itself. and as you hold it up, you realize that there is a series of small burrs on the inside of the ring that would stab into the finger of anyone actually wearing the thing.
He will whistle out while looking at it and say, "It was a nasty little bit of hardware." Can I roll to see if that triggers any memories? Anything I've heard of or read about or anything?
Intelligence or wits and occult -2.
I'm gonna walk over to where Paul's working, and as I do, he doesn't hide this, but he does it underneath the sunglasses. He sort of reaches up and plucks out the blue-eyed contact lenses and sort of crumples them up and tosses them into a pocket. All while leaving the sunglasses on. And I'm gonna go sort of stand next to Paul and look down at the ring and just see if it seems like anything specific to me, and also if it reads as anything on my optic thorn, which it probably won't because my optic thorn only sees active relics. But in case it's passively active,
it does not appear to be passively active.
Do I get my bonus from being a member of the scroll? I get a bonus.
Yes, you can get your scroll bonus for this.
Okay. Is that just the specialization, or do I add my conspiracy?
Add half your conspiracy.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Because this is not directly the purview of the Aegis.
So intelligence and occult, just a flat roll then, because my conspiracy is 4. 2 successes.
This strikes you as less of an active mystical relic and more based on what understanding you have of changelings, the symbol of a pact.
Okay.
This is the representation of a deal that has been made in physical manifestation. Which means that if you hold the deal, you hold some amount of advantage over the deal maker.
All right, I will pass that along.
Would he know the term being a corporal for that, or no?
Probably that's probably a term that's come up at least once or twice.
Okay.
So we need to discover precisely who the deal was made with, or made by. There's one.
It wasn't the Nuckelavee, or that would be rendered null. I mean, it might be, but if so, not a tremendous amount of use to us at this point.
You want to talk to the whisper, our contact?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
By the way, the computer in the corner is going off with alerts that have been being sent in for the past few hours of, hey, it's coming, hey, it's on the way, alert, 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 alert.
As I walk over to answer those and let her know that we killed it, I will to the room. Do you know if someone needs to wear the ring in order for them to hold on to its power, or no? It looks quite painful to wear.
You suspect that wearing the ring is probably related to the act of the deal that was made. You don't know if one of you would need to wear it or if wearing it would fulfill something, but wearing the ring is probably important to something. You don't quite know what.
It's got some sort of significance, that's for sure, but I'd say putting it on any one of us ought to be a last resort.
Certainly. Definitely also, once you've finished dealing with young Thomas Nuckelavee, have you examine the ring to see if there's any traces of biomatter that might be able to be extracted for more information.
Well,
Yep, just finishing up. And you can see he's got like a couple vials of vials of blood that he's already sort of pulling off to one side that's a little more laboratory-esque.
Astrid is sorry.
No, go ahead.
Astrid is awkwardly standing behind Nico. I gotta go in a minute.
Set those aside. I'll check for biosamples when we get back.
Can I have a Band-Aid?
You might also want to
Do
take
you want a lollipop too?
Yes.
All right.
To say
There's a
that's what that-
SpongeBob
yeah.
Band-Aid and a red lollipop provided for
Perfect.
Thomas.
He will take them.
Are you
Cool.
Cheers.
Are you going somewhere that requires backup? I say, looking at Astrid in her very injured state.
It shouldn't. Archer's gonna be there, and so will Alexander.
All right.
That should be safe enough then.
We
Nico, before you go off, you may also want to take a quick look at Colleen in the sky.
I'm good.
Oh.
We took some nicks from blades. They're normal blades.
From goblins, I think.
Huh.
You can take a look. but
How injured are the two of them? Yeah.
I have
They've
two
taken
health
quick once
levels.
over.
They've taken some mild. They've taken some mild
No,
slashes.
sorry,
They're
I have
not-
3 health levels
Yeah.
now. It's not severe.
Yeah,
All right.
they've taken some mild slashing and they've
If you
already
want-
bandaged
yeah.
it.
If you want to look, take a look. I'm not
Okay.
trying to keep you from. I'm just saying it's not severe and it sounds like you're on a schedule.
Keep clean, no blood thinners.
We've already looked. I've already disinfected back at home and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
good.
Absolutely no
All right.
blood thinners.
Well, there goes my idea.
Good.
Considering that she's been drinking the whole way over. Um,
But yeah, I will message back Kayla.
no new blood thinners.
Or not Kayla. Yes, Kayla? Is it Kayla?
Kayla.
Kayla. I will message back Kayla. Message warning received. Nuckelavee terminated.
And
You get no
Nico
Sherman
also
back.
wants to do a wits and empathy on Astrid to see how she's reacting to all the approbation that Thomas has been getting.
I love whenever
When
Jack's internet
roboting
fucks
happens,
up.
yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
just
sorry.
particularly when he's playing Nico, because it's just like everything slows down,
Yep.
and then I'm back.
It's a very particular kind of roboting.
Yeah.
It definitely, with Nico, it definitely reads as
Yeah,
it's
they're called barbiturates.
There, you are some time paradoxes are going on around you when you robot.
Ms. Ashwin, give my best to your brother.
I will.
If you need us, call.
I will.
Paul
Or
and I
text.
took no damage whatsoever in the fight, so we're still fresh for another fight if needed.
We
Ah,
should
go-
just be looking for some evidence or any sign of Jonas, but
Oh shit! Are you
We
looking hunting something?
Not
uh,
quite.
no, we're looking for someone that went missing a while back.
I forget. Was I around when Jonas disappeared?
No.
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 Okay. Yeah.
That whole Jonas thing happened when Nina was still around.
Yeah. Have I been told about this, Jonas?
He was my mentor,
Ah.
mine and my brother's.
Understood.
And he literally went missing without a trace.
Yep.
And we're going to the last place we saw him.
Call me if you need anything.
Worth noting that he's
Right.
also the person who gathered the original crew of hunters together.
Mhm.
This is true.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Well. They have. I'm going to pull my phone out, turn it, and give. I don't remember the phase name. The changeling.
Shakes.
Shakes.
Yikes.
Give
Ice
Shakes a call.
elemental, right? Mhm.
Yep.
Nico is going to insist on driving Astrid since she's got a bum arm.
She won't fight him. She'll give
Okay.
him directions.
And yeah, Nico also wants to get a read on how Astrid was reacting, if at all, to all of the approbation that Thomas was getting.
Yeah, you can make that wits and empathy, and while that's happening, you call Shakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shakes picks up.
Hey,
Hello?
hon.
Hello, love.
You?
Frigid, but that's the usual.
Yeah, fair. Question. Now you guys have had a bit of an equine problem as of late.
Yes.
Actually, that's not a question. This is more of a statement. You don't really have one anymore.
Oh shit.
We've uncovered a bit of jewelry that the jockey had. And
What
our
kind?
understanding is it's some sort of transactional jewelry.
Oh fuck.
I was wondering if there is anything you would be able
If
to
you
tell
can-
us what
If you can bring it to me, I can tell you everything I can find out.
all right, I'll have to talk that over. But odds are I will be stopping by soonish. Maybe not tonight, we'll see. But sweet. But yeah, you guys are in the you're in the clear as far as that thing goes, at least.
As Astrid and Nico are leaving, Zero from the computer just goes, "Be careful, you two. We're still in the midst of this. We can't afford to lose anyone."
We will.
No problem.
Call if you need anything.
We will.
Does Nico have a car?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
it's like,
He drives a Mini Cooper.
yeah. I was just trying to think if I had ever seen Nico drive.
Yep. Nope. He's got a 2014 blue Mini.
There we go.
Astrid will text Archer, on my way, bringing a friend.
So with one success, by the way, on that wits and empathy, Astrid's difficult to read, but she seems to have bigger things to worry about right now.
Okay. Fair.
I'm sorry, what was he trying to read her on?
To see if she was getting kind of annoyed or frustrated by the amount of praise and approbation that Thomas was getting for that fight.
Oh, yeah, she totally was. Like, that's visible.
Yeah. But
Okay.
she probably also has other things to worry about right now, like where she's trying to
She
get right now.
does. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she has other things on her mind.
So I assume there will be that probable point in the car ride then where there's just dead silence for about 30 seconds. And then Nico will sort of shift gears.
Literally,
Are
and
your
figuratively.
axes magic?
No. These are. She holds up, like, her arm with the gun tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
which you have seen her use.
Right. For what it's worth, you ran at that thing with literally just two sharp hunks of metal then that don't do anything special except what you can do with them.
I mean, what I can do with them is special.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that of the two of you, your choice took more courage today.
She'll shrug.
Anyway.
It's
And
not
then he'll
really-
sort of white knuckle the steering wheel and keep
Okay.
driving.
It's not really courage, it's what I do. And I'm not a kid, I don't need constant praise.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Cool.
Fucking awesome.
Eventually, You arrive at a familiar location, the place where you had entered the sewers. Well, not familiar to not Nico, but to Astrid, where you had entered the sewers and fought down a group of corrupted werewolves, and where Jonas Orion had disappeared. When you arrive, you can see both your brother, the dark hair of Archer, and the glowing red eyes that he has assumed, along with the still iconic tattoos that are on him, as well as the long white hair and unique dress of Alexander Ravenhall, the vampire mentor of the group of vampires that have made themselves maybe not allies, but at least not enemies of the hunters. As Nico and Astrid leave the vehicle. Nico, you've seen Archer before, but this is the first time you've seen Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
He has the air of Spanish nobility about him. Like old medieval Spanish nobility.
Cool. Yeah, Nico will he'll have his constant duffel bag that he wears basically everywhere. Just kind of nod, wave to Archer. She got a little torn up, so I'm here to make sure.
He's my babysitter.
She's not a child, though, so.
Archer looks Astrid over. You do look like shit, sister.
Thanks.
You know, we could have picked another day.
I'm fine.
That's a
Out
lie.
of curiosity, how many SpongeBob tattoos does Astrid have at the moment?
SpongeBob tattoos.
Not tattoos.
Band-Aids.
Not tattoos. Band-Aids.
I was very confused.
I was like,
Sorry.
yeah.
We established
No,
that apparently
You're right. No, the shoulder has basically been packed with bandaging, and then there's waterproof material, basically medical saran wrap, up and down covering the joint.
I was just picturing more like she's not a child though, and she's got like
Right.
Paw Patrol all up and down the arm.
I was
Lollipops
trying
sticking
to
out of her
figure out in
mouth.
my head, like, because you said, are there how many SpongeBob tattoos are there now? It's like they're appearing and vanishing tattoos. Does Astrid have magical SpongeBob tattoos that I don't know about?
If anybody
Who
would.
lives in a pineapple under her skin.
Perfect.
I'm sorry. It's been a long year.
It's
Only the second
it's
month.
February.
It's been a long. It's been a long March.
It's been
Yeah.
a long year. All 34 days of it.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
It's been a long millennia.
I mean, it's been a much shorter year this year than it did last year already.
Yeah, give it a chance.
Anyway, so
Astrid will say to Archer, yeah, we killed the creepy, weird centaur thing today.
oh well, that sounds horrifying.
But now it's gone.
Good, I guess.
Horrifying. Yeah.
Well, speaking of horrifying, let's go delve deep into the depths of humanity's waste and indiscretion.
All right.
You're not going to Jersey.
Sounds good. Let's no one go missing this time.
That's the plan. If
Astrid.
anything, we'd like someone who is missing to show up.
Astrid goes missing this time.
It's the plan last time too. Well, that no one goes missing.
So,
I'll help however I can. All Are we expecting any critters down there?
Nothing that should not be easily handleable, the taller of the two vampires says as he steps forward. And
Whoa, you take that shtick the whole way. Damn.
greetings, Nikolai, was it? I am Alexander
Yeah.
Ravenhall.
Get down there. There's a crocodile that somehow
damn
migrated
right
up
you
from
are.
Florida. And then the crocodile stands up.
Well, Mr. Raven, Marquis, what? How?
Mr. is fine.
Okay.
You can
We'll
simply
roll
call me
with that.
Alexander if you wish.
Awesome. Yeah, Nico works for Archer. Yeah.
Very well. Let us see what is downstairs.
Astrid will head down. She will let the vampires lead the way.
And very much as are you okay?
I sneezed so hard my whole body hurts.
I've had those before. They suck.
Nico's downing his second Eye of Ra of the day. Hey, 4 successes again. He can see like shit.
Well,
It's a lot of what you're going to be seeing soon.
I'm gonna say it
too.
is all around you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, as Alex and Archer stand at the entrance to the sewers, they both kind of look at each other, nod, and then in a blur of motion that leaves, again, sort of similar to the Nuckelavee, that leaves those after images on your vision as they move just too fast for your eyes to really keep track of. They disappear down the stairs.
Okay, Klaus.
And a few moments
Okay.
later, you hear from Archer, "Clear, come on down."
Astrid will follow.
And Nico right behind.
As you step down, you find Archer standing at the bottom of the stairs with a pair of revolvers out, one in each hand, and Alexander with what appears to be a Luger in one hand that he seems to have jacked off of one of the previous one of the Nazi vampires that he had killed at one point, and what looks to be an old, like literally a Spanish dueling saber in his other hand.
I'm just gonna use eyes for now.
Eyes are good, but weapons just in case, yes?
Astrid will ready her gun.
Sure. Is she using it in her good arm or her bad arm?
Good arm.
Okay.
Which one is her bad arm?
Left.
Okay, well, she's right-handed, so good arm.
Okay, that works.
'Cause
Right-handed, but is she a right-handed shooter? Because that's not always the same
Yes, no, she's right-hand shooter. The tattoo is on her right arm,
thing. Okay.
so
Because you had been attacking it from what was roughly on your right side of it, and then the head just kind of reared around and chomped down on your left shoulder. So
okay.
the majority of the left side of your body just hurts.
That's fine. I'll use the right side.
But as you make your way down, everybody can roll me wits and composure to see what you see.
You see a Macaulay standing up in the background. And you
Christ. One success.
and you
I'm
smell
watching
the
Astrid.
vampires shit themselves.
I see the inside, the bottom of my glass.
It's a good thing to see.
You said everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, let's
Um,
be honest. Does the vampire saw Macaulay say, "What's that?" and be confused? Because they have no idea what that where alligators exist.
Fair. The were-alligator would know what they were, though.
Probably yes.
What's that?
What's that? And then they would die.
What is that? Why does it look like a dragon?
Is that some kind of shaman flesh crafted weird thing? Are the Sabat here? What the? Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh God, it's made of teeth.
It's made of teeth and claws and anger. The guns, they do nothing.
anyway, so
Where's the silver? Clearly they're wearing something. Silver, silver. Wait a minute, this isn't working.
Silver's
What's
not
going
doing
on?
anything either.
Sorry, I'm
but
done.
Astrid, as you're looking, you do spot something actually.
All right.
As you're looking around and sort of inspecting the location where the fight had previously been, you find what looks to be a powder mark, like from a gun going off, that is still here, which is impressive considering the amount of water that flows through here on a regular basis. But other than that, the thing that is interesting about it is that it is against the wall, but the pattern is as if someone had been firing towards it. Like the powder burn is circular rather than like a flat ovoid, as if the gun had been fired basically pressed against the wall and pointed at the wall rather than pointed alongside the wall.
She will point that out to the others. That doesn't look normal.
No, unless somebody was trying to shoot a wall point blank.
She will go over to examine the wall further.
I only know one World of Darkness character that does that on the regular.
Ooh.
Phage. She just puts the Thunderbore into a wallet and pulls the trigger.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Phage took Jonas.
Phage
to be fair,
Jonas.
To be fair, when she does that, it doesn't actually fire.
This is true.
Just boom. But the make me a strength and athletics check.
One success.
Sort of inspect this, and you feel give on this wall. Not enough that you can, like, with one success, you're not able to push it into anything, but you feel like this wall with enough force can be pushed.
I think this wall can move if there's enough force put against it.
Especially with only one arm in a commission, you're not able to push it.
Yeah. I can't in my current state, but she will look at Archer and Alexander.
Both of them look at each other. Well, let us see what is behind it. And both of them set to pressing against the wall. And after a moment, the wall rotates.
$5 says there's a cask of Amontillado in there.
And you can see as the wall turns about 90 degrees, and you can see that it is a false wall that can flip. And as you look, on the back end of this wall is the same wall, but without the powder burn.
Is there anything behind the wall, or did it just flip?
There is a passageway behind it. What strikes you is likely is that this powder burn was probably from that fight, and you didn't see it when you left because the other side of the wall was facing outward. Which means that since you left, this door has turned.
He was taken through here. And it's been used since we've been here.
You guys know this guy better than me. Taken or left under his own power?
Taken.
Okay.
He wouldn't just leave.
Maybe I read too much
Not-
X-Men where people fake their deaths in order to avoid awkward conversations all the time, but
He hinted at something in the last message that he left for us. No.
okay. All right.
I don't want to tell them that I didn't replace the toilet roll. Fake my death.
Flee to Alaska.
It's almost that bad.
I believe you.
I want to test my X-Men. I will fake my death.
Astrid will start taking a few steps into the passageway.
Archer kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. You are sorry, wrong voice. You are very injured. Do we really? We know this is here now. Do we really want to go exploring it right now while you are looking like you're about to fall over?
Yeah, okay. Maybe another day then.
We know it's here now.
She will kind of
We know how
look
to find
down
it.
at- Okay. She will walk back out.
Archer and Alexander will close the wall back up the same way it was.
Maybe we should go in with the rest of the group at some point.
Probably yes. That seems like something important. I'll be there to help out when you do.
All right. We should probably head back then. She'll look at Nico.
Question before we go. If you guys had to bait out a demon who was known for frequenting crime scenes and fucking with the evidence, how would you do that?
What kind of crime scene?
Murder, crimes of passion, murder type things.
Incite a passionate crime and be there when it goes down?
Oh God,
Hidden?
I'm gonna have to fuck somebody's wife again.
Again?
I am a multi-volume series. You can't just start at book 3 and expect to get the full. Okay,
I'm sorry.
twice, but no, it's fine.
I mean, instilling passionate desires is a talent of those of my kind. Could assist with this.
Oh, you don't have a corner on that market, buddy.
If you're looking to incite a crime of passion, we can help.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Astrid will look at Nico.
We should run it by the gang then and see what they think.
Yeah.
Well, let us know if you need us.
I will.
Same. He kind of winces, like it's awkward for Nico talking like he's on equal footing with vampires. He's not sure how he feels about that.
Astrid's loving it. She'll put a hand on Nico's shoulder. Let's head back.
Right. looks at Archer. I'll make sure she heals up as quick as we can.
Please do. She makes me worried because I know she's going to do something stupid.
That's what I do. And it's
And back to the car, back to the car, back to the car.
It's stupid most of the time. She's saying as Nico's dragging her.
So, you drive your way back to the hideout.
Yep.
Everybody meets up back there.
Yep.
I have been, while they've been gone, I have been looking into any and all professional, like in this particular case, on the realm of being the director of operations for the Chiron Group. Any professional contacts I might have within local businesses like the Coca-Cola Corporation, and seeing if there are any methods from a professional angle that I could approach the target in.
Meanwhile, Nina has gone to her car, gotten her guitar, come down, and is just sort of chilling next on that. Looks over, is like, "Do you have an off mode?
Yes.
Good
Engage."
sleep.
No.
We just killed a super monster.
We did, and now we have a demon to hunt.
We do.
Cool.
Take a night.
I will take a night. This is simply research. It's calming.
Thomas has a book out and is slowly sticking the Band-Aid inside and eating the lollipop. It's very good.
Oh, well, then you are going to need to make some rolls for how much THC you can handle.
Oh boy, oh no.
Yes.
Shit. Okay. What role is that?
I think it's usually stamina and resolve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just while that's happening, to Nina. When I was deployed, I was used to only having downtime when I'm asleep. Researching helps me unwind.
So, you are on a full-on THC trip.
So
Wow. Okay.
generally that means you lose a die from Dex, Int, Resolve, and Wits-based dice pools.
Right. So my intelligence is 1 normally. So
Okay, awesome.
Your intelligence dice
Great.
pools start with a chance die.
Yeah.
And granted, this was World of Darkness circa 2000 something, so edibles last a lot longer than just taking a hit off of a joint or a bong. So I'll leave that up to William.
How long would it
I'm so
last in
happy.
real life, Jack?
Depends on your
Depends,
tolerance.
yeah,
Honestly,
Thomas doesn't
anywhere
take anything.
anywhere from 4 to 24
normally
hours,
that he's
depending.
aware of.
Well, for your first time.
It depends.
Depends. Yeah, no, like
It's honestly, it's not that simple. It depends on body weight, general constitution and level of health, and an X factor that you
yes.
cannot determine, because some people will get completely baked off the weakest stuff ever their 70th time. And some people can take, like, not literally, but practically, like, pure THC drops and be like water.
Meh. Right.
That's like how some people can drink like Holly and some people can drink like me. Got it.
Exactly. It's the
Thanks,
same sort
Sean.
of thing.
Thanks.
I will say with Thomas's relative stamina, and you said how long was the rough range? 4 to 24 hours?
Yeah.
We'll say about 8 hours of
Okay.
high, considering relative
Okay.
stamina.
I mean, you'll probably be fine whenever you wake up the next morning.
Okay. He's humming.
I have no fucking being completely like inexperienced with any form of mind defecting drug. I have no idea what a THC trip is like. So
I mean, it's not really a trip necessarily,
It's
depending. Like,
right. Mhm.
can be, but
Time might seem to be passing strangely. That's usually what a lot of
Yeah.
people experience.
I love how it's just
You
accepted
might be
now.
you can probably get about 80% of a way through a coherent thought, and then you just sort of lose track.
Yep.
Oh, so my normal. I like how it's just accepted now that whenever we need to ask about drugs, we turn to Jeremy and Jack.
which is funny because
Right.
I have not smoked pot in fucking for literally, I want to say 20 years.
You've smoked it more recently than William and I have.
That is true.
but
Let's put it out there. The last time I smoked pot, I don't think William was alive.
I'm 25.
Hey, never mind. Yes.
I was a babby.
You were very, very small.
But
Anyways,
yeah, with that,
I dropped that tidbit on Nina.
Yep. Wait, what?
Jeremy, I can't believe you smoked weed around a baby.
Right. The thing that Zero has sort of followed up on was just sort of casually when he was deployed. The only time he ever had to relax was when he was asleep. So research winds him down.
I mean, fair enough, dude, but like, that's all you do to unwind?
No, but it's the most appropriate thing that I can do right now.
You're fucking weird. It's not an insult. I'm fucking weird too. Wrong.
With that, as all of you reconvene, as one of you plays the guitar, one of you does research, and one of you is fucking high. That is where we will end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.